Boys, in this video we're going to look at profit and loss. So for any company, they would undergo, in the course of owning a company, for example, if you were a cafe, there'd be a number of costs that you would need to have, things you'd need to pay for example, like renting the space where you're working, buying in all the product that you're going to sell, and then there's also going to be money that you're going to get, income from when you sell the items. And in that process of buying something and selling it, you either have a profit or a loss. That's in, did you make money or did you lose money? So a little bit of language before we get into the questions for this topic, which involves finding not only the amount of profit, but the profit and loss as percentages. So retailers and store owners buy goods and sell them to other people. The cost price is the amount the retailer or the store owner pays for the item. Now the selling price, that's the amount the item is sold for by the retailer. So the idea is you would buy things in for a lower amount and then you'd sell them for a higher amount to make a profit. So the profit is when the item is sold for more than it was bought for. And so the profit, you find that by subtracting the cost price from the selling price. And so if I wanted to find the percentage profit, then I'd look at how much profit I made, divide that by the cost price, and times it by 100%. So I get it as a percentage. Now, when you're not selling the product for full price, so sometimes companies will need to get rid of stock and they'd have to put it on sale, they might actually sell the product for less than they bought it for. And that's what's called making a loss. That's where the cost price is greater than the selling price. And so to get the loss, you subtract the two, cost price minus selling price. And of course, then you can find the percentage loss, which is how much loss it is compared to the cost price. Let's look at some examples. So here's a fruit shop. Apples are bought by a fruit shop for 25 cents each and resold at 33 cents each. So what's the cost price? How much did they buy the fruit shop buy them for? Well, it was 25 cents. Now they sold them, B, what is the selling price, for 33 cents. So how much profit did they make per apple? Well, the profit would be equal to 33 minus 25, which is 8 cents. So they make 8 cents on every apple. So calculate the percentage profit on the cost price. So the percentage profit well, that's equal to the amount of profit, so 8 cents, divided by how much they bought it for, 25, and that times that by 100%, and that gives us a value of 32%. Now on your calculator, if you just do 8 over 25 times by 100, that will come out as 32, and then you just put the percentage sign next to it. Okay. So Vince bought a DVD player, question 2, for $429. For convenience in this question, we're just going to change that to 400, just so we get nicer numbers so you can get what we're going on about. So that's going to be 400. 6 months later, he upgrades and sells it to his sister for $350. Calculate the cost price. Well, it cost him $400. The loss. Well, the loss is the difference between the cost price and the selling price, and so he lost $50 because he bought it for $400 and sold it for $350. All right, the percentage loss then, that's going to be how much loss based on the original. So the percentage loss, that's equal to $50 over the 400, which is what he bought it for, times by 100%. And that will give us a total, I'll just stick down here, of 12.5%. Last question. Shane paid $19,990 for his car and sold it at a loss of 35%. So that means that he sold the car for less than he bought it for. So what was the selling price of the car? Well, the loss was 35%. So if we find 35% of 19,990, which you just do 35% times by 19,990, and we get $6,996.50. So how much did he sell it for? Well, the selling price is the difference between this amount and the original, so 19,990 minus 6,996.50, which is equal to $12,993.50. Okay, so today we've looked at profit and loss and expressing those as a percentage. Good luck with your questions.